members of the UN Permanent Forum for promoting the enhanced participation process in its discussions and for their commitment to recognizing Indigenous peoples' representative institutions. In this light, I must also remind participants to be cautious.
This is the Go Maluku podcast.
And I now invite Mr. Gam Shimray, Indigenous Coordinating Body, to make some concluding remarks.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you all for your contributions to this important agenda item. Today we have taken strides towards a more inclusive and representative future. And it is through your dedication that we are able to move forward. Allow me to underline some points raised this morning. First, we appreciate the continuing leadership of a number of member states to advance the implementation of the UN Declaration and the participation of Indigenous peoples in the UN system, and invite other members to follow this example. On this note, we would congratulate Mexico for offering to host an expert seminar on the implementation of the UN Declaration on the second week of October. Second, we welcome the intervention of the UN Special Rapporteur and the chair of the expert mechanism, highlighting the significance of UNDRIP Articles 3, 4, 18, 19, 21, and 41 that ensure that the rights of Indigenous peoples to self-determination and participation in decision-making processes. We underline that the UN Declaration is a cornerstone of our collective pursuit towards this new status. Third, we also would like to thank members of the UN Permanent Forum for promoting the enhanced participation process in its discussions and for their commitment to recognizing Indigenous peoples' representative institutions. In this light, I must also remind participants to be cautious, ensuring that any arrangement does not preempt or prejudge the in-depth consultation that will take place in the General Assembly or Human Rights Council on the topic of enhanced participation. As we conclude our discussion today, let me reiterate the need for the United Nations to move forward in creating this new status. We must emphasize the importance of ongoing consultations, dialogue, and collaboration among Indigenous peoples and states at the General Assembly towards a minimum akin to permanent observer status, in line with the Alta Outcome Document, Team 2, Para 10. For it is through consultations and dialogue that our voices can be accurately represented and our concerns addressed in a manner consistent with our rights, aspirations, and cultural values. These consultations must continue. They must be inclusive, transparent, and carried out by the President of the General Assembly. And we invite states that have raised their concerns today to also do so in the consultations such as the PGA hearing held on April 20. The ICB remains available for Indigenous peoples and member states in the enhanced participation process. We eagerly anticipate updating the forum during its 23rd session as we continue our journey towards a new and distinct status for Indigenous peoples' representative institutions and the United Nations. Thank you, Chair.
My friends, I hope you enjoyed this. Please consider to subscribe, to comment, and to share this video on your socials.